Hello students, welcome to our channel Simplified Computer Science Concepts by Professor Rutuja. Today we will be learning a physical clock synchronization algorithm in distributed systems, that is Cristians algorithm. Now let's look into it in detail. So this Cristians algorithm is a physical clock synchronization technique used in distributed systems. The basic idea behind Cristians algorithm is that if client wants to correct its time as per the server time, then it will make the request to the time server and correct accordingly. It is based on the concept of client server, or we can say it is also based on the concept of RPC. RPC is remote procedure call. Now we will just look into how this RPC works. RPC works as in the client sends a request to the server. Here the request is what's the time. The server in response sends the time at its own clock as a response to the client. This is how RPC works, and Cristians algorithm is based on this mechanism. It makes use of UTC, that is Coordinated Universal Time. The process on the client issues RPC to the time server at time t0 to obtain the time. So see, this is the client process. It sends a request to the server at time t0. Then the server sends the response back again to the client at time t1. The time elapsed between this t0 and t1 at the server end is called as T server, and the time difference between the T1 and T0 is called as round trip time, or it is also called as D, or it is also called as elapsed time. So it is an assumption that client makes a request T0 in D by 2 seconds. Okay, and this D is nothing but the difference between this T1 minus T1 and T0. Now the client process fetches the response from the clock server at time T1 and calculates the new synchronized client clock time by the following formula. That formula goes that T client is equal to T server plus T1 minus T0 by 2. Now if the client wants to synchronize itself to the new timing as per the time at the server, it calculates the new timing as this T server, that is the time elapsed at the server's end, plus T1 minus T0 by 2. T1 minus T0 by 2 is this round trip time. Round trip time is the time from when the client sent a request and till it received the response back again from the server. The response that is received from the server is UTC, that is Coordinated Universal Time. Now we will look into the example and the picture will be more clearer to you. So this is, just look at this diagram. So send request, that is T0, is done at 5 hours, 8 minutes, 15 seconds and 100 milliseconds. So this is T0, the client makes the request at this timestamp and this request is arrived at server. The server forms a response and it gives its own timestamp, whatever timestamp is there at its own end or own clock. It finds, compacts that particular timestamp and sends back that as a response back again to the client as T1. Now what is the T1? T1 is 5 hours, 8 minutes, 15 seconds and 900 milliseconds. And the response that was sent by the server, it contained the answer as, or the timestamp as 5 hours, 9 minutes, 25 seconds and 300 milliseconds. Now we need to calculate this round trip time or the D or we call it as T1 minus T0 by 2. Now how do we calculate it? So what is T1? T1 is 5 hours, 8 minutes, 15 seconds and 900 milliseconds minus this, that is 5 hours, 8 minutes, 15 seconds and 100 milliseconds. So the difference comes as 800 milliseconds. Now it is T1 minus T0 by 2. That means 800 by 2, which means the elapsed time is 400 milliseconds. Now we have to set the client to its new timing, or we can say the client has to match itself to the server's timing. How it will map? By using the formula, that is T client is equal to T server plus elapsed time. What is T server? So T server is 5 hours, 9 minutes, 25 seconds and 300 milliseconds plus the elapsed time that we have calculated, that is 400 milliseconds. And now the new timing at the client will be 5 hours, 9 minutes, 25 seconds and 700 milliseconds. So this is how the clients synchronized with the time server in Cristians algorithm. Thank you everyone. So I hope you have understood the concept. If you have any queries, please mention them in the concept comment box. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.